how not to cheat on your diet. I'm going to teach you what I use and the techniques I use with clients to help you stay on plan and maximize your results. All right, guys, a common question I get is, Chris, like, I'm good all week until the weekend, and then I just can't stay on my meal plan. What do I do? Or when it comes nighttime and I'm freaking starving, or if my kid doesn't finish all of his food on his plate, like, how do I not eat that mac and cheese? What I thought I would do is talk through these 6 different key points and then really look and dig into why you can't stay on your plan, and then ways that we can work around it or work through it to help you grow mentally and mature as a competitor, as an athlete, or just as someone who demands better out of their body and their self. So let's get after it. All right, number 1 is willpower, because we're surrounded by good, tasty treats or abilities to cheat all week long, right? The TV's loaded with it. My Instagram's loaded with it. Like, if you stop at, say, Starbucks, like, you can get a cake pop or lemon pound cake, fill in the blank, right? If you stop at Sheetz to get a diet soda, like, you could grab a multitude of desserts and be out of there, right? Smashing junk food. But it all stems from willpower in my mind, right? Like, so when I decide that I'm not going to eat that, and when I decided that at, I don't know, 1920, that I was going to be the best bodybuilder I could be, I cut out all those like snacks, right? Because I needed to save my stomach space for meals, because I needed to grow. So for me, it might be a little bit different scenario where, you know, if you're coming from a place where you need to lose a lot of body fat, the tables will just be turned. So it's still the same premise, right? I didn't eat that because it wasn't working towards my goals. So for you, if body fat loss is your goal, if you eat junk food, it's not working towards your fat loss. It's not. It's hindering it. So let's not do it. So we must choose to be an adult, right? So we all have things that take willpower every day. Brushing our teeth, taking the trash out, paying bills, going to work, changing diapers of your kids. All that stuff may not be fun. You may absolutely hate it, but you do it because it's for a reason, right? You may not want to go to work every day, but you need it to pay your bills and to live the life you want, have a home, have a car, like gym membership, all that stuff, right? So you have willpower. We just have to apply that same mindset that you take towards life and put it towards nutrition. It's as simple as that. Once you start holding yourself accountable to that, you will find that your results go through the roof, and you suddenly are like, you know what, you're right. I don't need those Oreos, or I can get a steak and potato, or I can just get sashimi when I go out and have sushi with my friends. It's as simple as that. Or if all your buddies are drinking and you have a Diet Coke, why does it matter? No one knows there's not vodka in there. Just get a Diet Coke. Easy as that. All right, so willpower, number 1. All right, next. I really do a great job of making sure every single one of my meals are delicious, whether that be using flavor gang sauces, seasonings, vegetables, herbs, spices, salt, pepper, hot sauce, you name it. I will go to end lengths to make sure every single one of my meals tastes delicious. And that way, if all my meals that I look forward to, why would I cheat and eat off plan? Now, has it taken me years to develop a way to cook in the kitchen to where I learn how I like all my food? Like, personally, I want my chicken all to be grilled. Will I eat it other ways? Yes, but I prefer my chicken grilled. If I'm going to eat a steak, it's going to be grilled. If it's going to be like ground beef, I'm going to mince that on the stovetop. If it's going to be shrimp, I'm going to put it in the air fryer. So I want to find ways that make my food super palatable, taste delicious, and I look forward to them. Because if I do that, I'm not thinking, oh man, 2 double cheeseburgers from McDonald's would taste good right now. Because I can go home and have a giant ass ground beef patty, put it on 2 slices of Ezekiel bread with some ketchup, mustard, onions, pickles, and I'm smashing that. Easy, right? And it's a similar meal. So find ways to cook and get better at it. That will take time and skill, but if you watch this channel, I have a multitude of videos on how to make all your food taste great. I'm a big believer in confidence comes from doing. So what does that mean? The more meals I can string together that are perfect, the more that builds my internal confidence in myself and my ability to stick to the plan. If I'm constantly cheating, it's reinforcing the fact that I'm mentally weak and can't stay on the plan, or I'm just lacking the willpower to do so. So what I want to think about here is, the more I'm consistent with my meals, the more I nail them, the more I believe in myself, and I can really build that confidence in knowing that I'm on the right path and right trajectory. So to me, like, it just comes from doing, guys. Like, every day I talk about laying the perfect brick, and that comes from eating my 6 meals and my intro workout nutrition. And then every time I go to the gym, I train to the best of my ability. If I do that day in and day out, when it comes to my rest days, I rest to the best of my ability. So what you want to think about is, each successive day, week, month, year that I do this, I'm reinstilling the fact that, hey, I can do this. I got this. And then my results back up those action items. So to me, this is huge. Consistency, consistency, consistency. And that will build your confidence. All right, next up, what happens if you have an extreme craving or you're starving on a meal plan? I'm a big believer in diet soda, coffee, Americano, unsweet tea. All of those are great options to kill that hunger, give you something that's palatable, it tastes good, and hopefully removes the urge to want to eat off plan. So I'm not one of those people who is scared of Splenda or scared of diet soda. Like, by all means, if you want to bloat your stomach out and get full, go drink 20 ounces of diet root beer. That'll do it. It tastes good, it's sweet, and it'll hold you over to your next meal. It's as simple as that. I'm a huge coffee drinker because I love it. There's multiple studies that show that coffee drinkers on average live longer anyways. So grab you a coffee, go to Starbucks. That'll kill time, get you a good beverage, and then 9 times out of 10, by the time you're home, it's mealtime. It's time to eat. So to me, bridge that gap between meals with something that you enjoy that's tasty. All right, next up, check-in photos. This is if you have a coach or you don't. It doesn't matter. If you constantly take your photos, if you're a competitor in your suit, if you're a non-competitor, like if you're a dude, like your boxers, and just pull them up so you can see every bit of your glutes. If you're a woman out there, just a bikini that you wear to the beach. Check-in photos are huge. It's going to hold you accountable, right? Because most people are guilty of looking at their best body parts, right? It's really easy for me to look down at my arms or my legs and think, oh man, I'm in great shape. Go have that Five Guys, bro. But if I watch my low back, my kidney area, my hamstrings, my glutes, it tells a completely different story, right? So those things really stick out in my mind. And the only way you do that is by objectively looking at yourself in the mirror and assessing where you're at. So again, constant check-in photos will keep you on point, not only from if you're a client of mine or work with another coach, but also for yourself if you're doing self-coaching. Because if you aren't taking regular check-in photos, how do you know what you look like and how you know when to adjust your plan? So to me, that is another way to help stay on plan. Is that's really going to light a fire under your ass. You might say, oh, well, man, I'm not as big as I want to be. I need to hit my meals. I don't need to eat bullshit. Or, man, I'm holding a little bit too much fat. It's time to really rein in those free meals. So let's say you're being conservative, you're only having one free meal, but you're hitting it pretty aggressively. Maybe you need to pull that back a bit or just change the food sources that agree with you digestion-wise a lot better. Or, like, say, for example, let's say you're having 3 burgers from Five Guys and a large fry and a milkshake. Maybe pull that back to 2 burgers and a small fry. Easy fix there. Still having your free meal, but we're being more conservative with it to where you're not getting nearly as many calories. And the last thing here is just simply finding your why. Why are you doing this? If that's strong enough, you won't cheat on your plan. I believe in my heart. I've seen people string together years of perfection for multitudes of reasons. They hated the way they looked. They wanted to prove someone wrong. They wanted to prove themselves right. They had a show. They wanted to turn pro. They wanted to be in the NFL. You name it. But I can tell you this, like, you will be shocked at how well, when you have a purpose to wake up in the morning and do your cardio, do your exercise, stay on your meal plan, how well that will work for you staying on plan. Because at the end of the day, you know that if you stay on plan, you're working towards your goals and getting better results. So if you like this video, guys, like, share, subscribe. Comment below if you have another tip that you think people could benefit from on how you can stay on your meal plan. Until next time, Chris TV.